Hi, I'm Lee Moore, and I have my own business called Family Food Freedom, and I'm a certified intuitive eating coach. I coach parents to trust themselves and their children with food and their bodies. When I realized just how damaging dieting can be after several decades of unsuccessful dieting and cycles of restriction and shame, I took a deep dive into intuitive eating, and now I'm coaching parents on how to raise intuitive eaters. Today, I'm going to provide you with a foundation for developing food freedom for yourself so that you can do the same for your family. Before I do, though, I want to make sure you know that I'm not a doctor or other healthcare professional, and I am not a substitute for medical care. So there are 3 steps to beginning to create food freedom for yourself and your family. The first is to understand diet culture and reasons for rejecting dieting. The second is the problem of conformity. And the third is to understand the basic tenets of intuitive eating, which means cultivating an awareness of your body's cues. So, a quick overview of diet culture. We have known for decades that most attempts at losing weight fail, and that 2/3 of dieters actually gain back more weight than they lost. And it typically takes disordered behaviors, very likely, to keep the weight off. In the process of dieting, the health consequences can be significant. When we are put into a state of hunger, the body destroys muscle to burn as fuel, and there's significant hormonal changes and chemical reactions that actually make you more hungry and cause you to become preoccupied with food because your body is trying to do whatever possible to get nourished. Your metabolism slows down and may stay slow for the rest of your life. So new studies have shown that if you're in a larger body, you're actually not automatically in poor health. As a matter of fact, I'm in a larger body and I'm in good health. Instead, it turns out that social determinants of health are important. These are things like our quality of sleep, our quality of our friendships and social lives, the level of our stress, our mental health care, education, habits. These all make a huge difference in our longevity and overall health. These are the social determinants of health and the things that our culture, unfortunately, doesn't emphasize at the expense of our psychological health. Perpetual dieting leads to psychological distress. Long and sustained hunger is not something that makes you feel good in any way. I have never met a person who wakes up in the morning and says, "Yay, I want to diet." It just doesn't feel good. But the problem is that diet culture seeps into every facet of our lives. Diet culture and references and language are everywhere. Dieting goes hand in hand also with the belief that fat bodies are bad. This belief, weight stigma, is actually more harmful than being in a larger body forever. Weight stigma causes significant stress to the body. So why not consider that bodies are allowed to exist in any size or shape without apology, and that within each body is a human being that deserves dignity, comfort, respect, and autonomy. Our bodies are not problems to fix. Judgments of our bodies are problems to fix. And the next step for you to develop a feeling of food freedom in your family is to consider that there's safety in conformity. It's hard not to conform. We feel different. We feel like we're missing something when we don't conform. It's much safer psychologically to conform, even when dieting. Many parents tell me that feeding their kids is the number one most confusing and hard parenting issue. Food and body should not be looked at in terms of good and bad. Instead, let's acknowledge that there is an infinite spectrum. And the most important thing is to know your body, to trust your body, and to realize that the reason why you have a body is to use it for you. And the third step in developing family food freedom is cultivating an awareness of your body's cues. I'd like to give you a quick overview of intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is about focusing on how your body feels, understanding and tapping into the sensations that your body naturally produces. Like, we know what it feels like to have to go to the bathroom, and we can feel our breath, and sometimes even in our toes. Intuitive eating urges us to think deeply about how our body feels when we eat and when we're not eating. Hunger can manifest in the body in all sorts of ways. We can get lightheaded, nauseous, we can get a feeling of emptiness, and fullness can manifest in all sorts of ways as well. Feeling fullness in your stomach is a feeling of satisfaction, of more energy, and a general good feeling. The best way to understand these bodily sensations is to slow down and truly listen to your body's cues. Understanding these cues can help you find deep and amazing satisfaction in food. These are the basics of intuitive eating. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to teaching you more about the next steps in developing family food freedom.